Let's talk about illegal immigration in the UK and why you need to pay attention to it right now. A few years ago, there was an agreement made between Rwanda and the UK government where they were going to send illegal immigrants from the UK into Rwanda and hold them there. And basically, the exchange was going to be an investment into Rwanda from the UK, and that's why the Rwandan government agreed to it. Mass illegal immigration into countries like the United States, Canada, Australia, and all of Europe is being funded by internationally coordinated nonprofit organizations. Now that the people are realizing what's going on and they're confronting the government has reached out to the countries of origin and asked if they can deport them back to those nations. And they're having a lot of problems with negotiations, and a lot of these nations don't want the people back. The first 5 seconds of that video is a clip from London where Afghan protesters are protesting against the Rwanda plan. The interesting thing about Afghanistan is that when the United States pulled out of Afghanistan in 2021, the Taliban effectively took over the country. Well, the EU and countries like the United States and Canada, who are in alliances with the EU, have still been giving money to the nonprofits that exist in Afghanistan that are being infiltrated and extorted by the Taliban. So I watched some of the different protesters being interviewed, and they've said that they're upset that they're going to Rwanda instead of their home countries like Afghanistan. If you ask me, the reason I assume that they're upset by not going back to Afghanistan is because if they go there, they're going to be able to have a one-way ticket right back to Europe. Now, this is a very important topic because when you have mass illegal immigration that is facilitated by nonprofits that accept money from governments and corporations and billionaires, you have to start asking questions. I've seen this in the United States, but I think Greater London shows a very concentrated version of what we're experiencing here. When you go to cities like Walthamstow, Slough, Croydon, you're going to notice that there is a huge illegal immigration presence in those cities. And what does that do? It changes the culture. Now, I don't know about you, but I fully support legal immigration for those willing to assimilate to the cultures that they're wanting to go to. What I don't support is mass illegal immigration funded by companies and billionaires, and also illegal immigrants who come and they refuse to assimilate. They refuse to learn the language, they refuse to adopt the culture. And if you're against legislation like the Rwanda plan, you need to ask yourself, well, why do we need this legislation in the first place? Cue the Afghan protesters in London holding up their flags and not the UK flag.